Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Recipe Tuesday. I actually have two cookie recipes, basically the same ingredients, with the exception of leaving out three things. One is oatmeal raisin cookies, or if you don't like raisins, you can leave the raisins out. That's totally optional. But what you're going to do to make the oatmeal raisin cookies, you're going to do this. You're going to have a cup of butter softened. Then you will need 1 cup of brown sugar, a half a cup of granulated sugar, 2 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 and 1/2 cups all purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of salt. I guess you don't really have to add the salt if you don't want it, but you can leave it out. Then you're going to need 3 cups of quick or old fashioned Quaker oats uncooked. I prefer the old fashioned Quaker oats. They don't have to be Quaker brand. You can probably get away with using off brand. I've done that before. And you're going to need 1 cup of raisins. Once you do that, you're going to heat your oven to 350 degrees. You're going to beat together margarine and sugars until creamy. Add eggs and vanilla, beat well, add combined flour, baking soda, cinnamon, and salt if you want to use it. Mix well. Stir in oats and raisins, mix well. Then you're going to take a tablespoon and you're going to spoon out the cookie mix on a cookie sheet that's ungreased. I've been known to put a little bit of butter down or some type of grease, maybe a little cooking spray. And once you do that, you're going to bake them for 10 to 12 minutes or until golden brown. Then you want to take it out, let it cool 2 minutes on the cookie sheet, and then move it to a wire rack. It makes about 4 dozen. I have actually made these cookies many, many times over. I would say at least a good 2 dozen times. I've also been known to take them to a party with me. And my container that I use, if you think back to Christmas time, you've got those popcorn tins that you can get. Well, don't discard those popcorn tins, hang on to them. And what I would do is take that, clean it out, put some wax paper down on the bottom, and I filled up that container about 3 inches from the top, and I took it to a party, a karaoke party. And I would say within the first 45 minutes, every one of those cookies were not there. They were gone. They didn't last very long. So I knew that I was doing something right. Another container that you can also take, hang on to, and do something with is your oatmeal container. That could come in as a smaller container. Let's say you want to take cookies to a little gathering, say on a smaller scale. You could do that. You could put the cookies in there, a little bit of wax paper, parchment paper, whatever you might want to put down, and put your cookies in there and take them um, to your party that way. But this also makes for a very good back to school after school snack. Um, but then again, who doesn't like oatmeal raisin cookies? Now there are a couple of variations that I have done to this recipe that I'm going to share with you. I have been known to put chocolate chips in it. I have done white chocolate chips. I've done butterscotch. I have used walnuts. So there are ways that you could doctor up the cookies from what they originally are to change it around and make it different. In a lot of ways, this is somewhat of a blank canvas. The sky's the limit. If you have a creative mind, you would be amazed as to how much and how far you can go with this particular recipe. Now, I do have another recipe, another cookie recipe that you can get from this exact cookie recipe, but you're leaving out the oatmeal, raisins. That's if you didn't use it, but still, you don't use it. You leave out the cinnamon and you leave out the brown sugar, but you follow the basic recipe, but leave that out. What you're going to do is you're going to get about roughly 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, and you're going to mix it into your cookie batter and basically follow the same directions here on how to prepare it. You're going to heat your oven to 350, bake 10 to 12 minutes as such. You're going to take the cookie batter, apply it on the cookie sheet the same way. What you're doing is you're making peanut butter cookies instead of oatmeal or oatmeal raisin. The peanut butter cookie is also a blank canvas. You can add chocolate chips to it. You could possibly even add a little bit of cinnamon. I don't see why that wouldn't doctor up the taste or boost it just a little bit. And but again, on either one of these two cookie recipes, no matter which one you opt to decide to do, or if you decide to do both, um, you can pretty much go anywhere with it as long as you have, as I mentioned before, a creative mind. So if you want to give these two cookies a try, definitely do that. I know you'll be pleased with them. I've made both of these cookies and I've been very happy with them all the time. Now, one thing I have noticed, I do recommend checking the cookies probably at about the 10-minute mark. Depending on how long you bake them, you could have a soft cookie or you could go a little longer and have a hard cookie. The choice is yours because you can have the cookie to whatever doneness you want. You can have a soft baked, or you could go a firm or a hard baked cookie. But if you want the softer side, I would say check it a little bit before. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for tuning in this morning to my Recipe Tuesday. If you like what you see here, give it a try. These cookies are really good. I enjoy both of these very much. I will see you guys on Thursday, and I hope you guys have a great remainder of your day. See you then. Bye.